Welcome to the Boss Auto Show. Buying or selling your vehicle during the pandemic is certainly different, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Owner of Boss Auto Sales in Quincy, Paul Hu, has years of experience, knowledge, and stories to share with you. Find out what the local car market is like and what you can do to help secure yourself the best deals. Join in on Paul's discussion with our moderator, Gloris Liu.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm your moderator for the Boss Auto Show, Gloris Liu. With me is the owner of Boss Auto Group in Quincy, Paul Hu. He'll be answering questions for us over the next 45 minutes about trading in used cars and everything related that we can think of. If you would like to ask a question, please call in and speak to Paul directly. Dial 781-837-4900. Again, it's 781-837-4900. It's October the 17th. Great Saturday.
Yeah,
Finally
it's beautiful.
weekend. Although we had some rain last night, so beautiful weather today.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans, Paul, after the podcast? And how was your last week?
Last week was fun. We get some golf going, and after the show, I'll probably go home, do some babysitting, bring my daughter to the park. Yeah.
Oh, that's
beautiful
amazing.
Day for that.
So you can enjoy the weather with family.
Yeah, family time.
Oh, that's great. So it's our third week of the podcast show. Last week we had Charlie talking about trading, and in the first week we talked about the changing business marketing strategies under the COVID-19 with you. So what are we going to talk about this week?
I guess we can talk about a little bit about the buying process. Like a lot of people are buying cars, leasing cars.
Oh, leasing cars.
Financing cars. Yeah, there's a lot of way to buying a car nowadays. It's just, it's so easy to have a regular client to get lost in the buying process.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember last week Charlie talked about, when you're looking for a car, always ask for professional help, and because they will give you the most accurate advice like you would never think about. So thank you for bringing that up. And
No problem.
I think it's leasing looks very attractive to me because this is a topic we never talk about, and I'm looking forward that you can share more about this aspect. Like, what are some basic definitions and some of the key takeaways our audience can learn from you about leasing cars?
Yeah, we can share a little experience here and there. So leasing, from the word, is like you leasing apartments, you rent a car, you lease a car, same type of idea.
So it's like rent.
It's like more of like rent, but the car is a different company doing different ways. Some cars are registered under the holding company. For example, Volkswagen, they give the cars under Volkswagen, and Toyota registers the car on the Toyota Finance Group. So it doesn't really matter who owns the car nowadays, and cars now people doesn't really look at cars assets. It's really a tool that gets you from point A to point B.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, and then you can put some style in it. You can put some comfort in it. Some maybe some pickup truck, vans, however you use it. So leasing is really good in terms of, for example, I don't know what car I like. I don't know the brand. I just graduated from college. Or another term, or maybe I just not a car guy.
person.
Yeah, I don't care what I drive. If Toyota tells me $99 a month, I get a Toyota. I don't need to do anything about it. All I need to do is drive to work, and I'd be more than happy to take that deal. Yeah.
So it's basically just you can get a new car, just paying like several $100s a month, and you can be the owner of the car, right? Like leasing the car.
Yeah, for that period of time. And then obviously there are terms that how many miles you drive, when you turn in the car, and what condition you turn in the car was, taxes. There's a lot of aspect in this. So it's really about what you really want. I think I talked about that last show while I was here. I guess what's important is what you want. Doesn't matter leasing or buy. It's a buying process. However, you need a car, you're gonna get a car. That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do. And then moving forward, if you want to lease, I feel like, oh, okay, I don't want this car anymore. 2 years later or 3 years later, I'm just that type of person to go through cars. I want to try different things, and then that's great.
So it's a really flexible option for many people if you choose to lease the car.
Yes.
Like compared to buying a new car or trading in your old car, like what type of people will choose to lease a car, like based on your experience? Or
We've had clients that, like I said, they don't know what they want. They don't. I mean, test drive is short of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how good the salesperson is, you not be able to enjoy the car in 20 minutes. Even I tell you everything about the car. So you have to feel it, drive it around, take it around the block, go to the grocery store, get really in deep experience with it. So those people would love maybe leasing a car, or like, okay, I don't know anything about this car,
but I feel good driving it.
I feel good driving it, and the money's right. Let me have it. And I have no obligation to it for the whole
like the car's entire life.
Yeah, entire life. It's if I want to have 1 year lease, 2 year lease, I just want to, or maybe I don't have enough equity. I just started a good job. I'm not sure where I'm going to, or maybe even I'm moving around because my job have me to move around. I travel all the time. All kind of scenario. I would say there's no really certain category like who will buy, who will lease. I would just really saying like, if I would, as me as a client, if I would need to lease a car, I feel like the salesperson explaining to me all the beneficial of the leasing, I might as well just lease the car. But if I feel like, oh, I'm having a good deal on this car, interest rate is low right now, I wanted to finance it, okay, yeah, I'll finance it. It's the car I decided to hold on for the rest of my life, and I might finance it.
So it really depends on what you need, like
at that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you have different stage and life and experience throughout the years. Well, I just graduated. I wasn't even graduated at that time.
Still in college.
Still in college. I was young. And I want to go through different cars, and I try new different things. So I went in with no credit. Never bought a car before. It was a sort of a big purchase.
A green hand in the car business.
Yeah, and and then I go in there, I talk to them. And they'd be like, okay, I'm not sure if I can sell you a car because
you are not really clear about what you need, right?
Yeah, and not only that, but like financially, I wasn't ready. I don't have all those down payment they're looking for. I don't have the credit they're looking for. But I met this leasing company, and then this financial manager is telling me, okay, you can lease this car for a couple $100 a month.
Wow.
I'd be like, okay, cool, let's do it.
So what car did you choose?
I bought a BMW M4 at that time. Yeah, it's a beautiful car, Yaris Marine Blue, convertible, manual.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's. I was young. The car is very
Perfect match for you.
Yeah. Yeah, the color combination is what I like. But even though I didn't really drove that car for that many miles, I drove it for, I don't know, total of 2-year leasing. I had 8,000 miles on it. That's about it.
8,000.
Yeah, they giving me 35,000, 36,000 miles on it. I was like, yeah, I don't know where to go with it.
I just want to look at my beautiful car, right?
Yeah.
So that's your personal experience of leasing your first car, right, in your life. Thank you for sharing with us. And how did you feel after leasing the car? Do you feel excited?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When the manager because the frustration that I had originally that I could not get it is the credit issue.
Oh, okay. That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, let's hold on to the story, and we will continue your leasing car experience. I'm Gloris Liu, along with Paul Hu, the owner of Boss Auto Group, and we will have more Boss Auto Show after the break here on 95.9 WATD.
So, you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle? Buy it at Boss Auto. Boss Auto in Quincy has a fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles, both luxury and economic. BMW, Audi, and Porsche, Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. They search nationally for the very best vehicles so you can drive home with the best value. And right now at Boss Auto, you can get behind the wheel of the pre-owned vehicle of your dreams with affordable finance rates, maybe even lower than 3. That's right, meaning just a few $100 a month. Visit bossautogroup.com, BOSAutogroup.com, and check out their huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. They'll buy your car, take your trade, or even work on consignment. Boss Auto has an incredible lineup of domestic and foreign vehicles, even rare finds like Ferrari. Search online and see for yourself why you should book your next car buying experience with Boss Auto. They're open for appointments Monday through Friday, 10 to 7. Book yours at bossautogroup.com, bossautogroup.com.
Welcome back to Boss Auto Show. I'm Gloris Liu, your moderator. Continuing our discussion with Paul Hu, the owner of Boss Auto Show. You can visit Boss Auto website at www.bossautogroup.com. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This month, Boss Auto has a lot of special deals that we post on social media. Do not miss them. Follow the account Boss Auto is BOSAUTO on your phone right now to check the deals. You can also speak to Paul directly. Please dial 781-837-4900. Paul will answer your questions directly. It's 781-837-4900. And Paul, we were just discussing about your first leasing car.
Yes.
And you met some frustration, but finally you got the car and you drove it for 2 years. That's your personal experience, and I'm happy to hear about. I'm sure the audience learned a lot from your personal experience. So right now we will move to the next stage of just discussing and sharing your professional advice on some advantages of leasing cars.
Definitely. So was the leasing, of course, you have anything, like you have pros and cons.
Yeah.
Leasing versus buying, like I said, if I know this car, I want it, it's a good deal, I will hold on to it until the car rot out. And okay, I'll finance it, take my payment, and be done with it. But if I'm leasing, the advantage really about it is you don't need to worry about up to 2 year or 3 year, however the terms you decided. You don't need to worry about the condition of the car, where the car has some issues with it. Mechanically, you need to keep with the maintenance, so on and so forth. And also on leasing, you're really paying very short money, very little money to the actual car's value. For example, Toyota any Toyota dealership nowadays, they give you a discounts, $99, drive this Toyota this month. Yeah, the credit is good enough, you finance it, and
Very
then
little burden.
and nowadays the cars depreciated so fast. I couldn't even keep up with it. And then just think about it. If I bought even Toyota, if I bought a Toyota Camry, nowadays the Toyota Camry can be as expensive as $38,000.
Wow, no way.
$38,000 Toyota. I'm not saying Toyota is not great, but $38,000 Toyota.
You can
Something-
buy a used BMW, right?
or anything, like it just doesn't, Porsche, and it just, the number doesn't do it's just not
Doesn't
right.
make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then I looked at their leasing program, and all of a sudden I was like, $2,000 down, like $280 to $350 a month. I can drive it for 10,000 miles a year. I'll be like, if I'm just city traveling once a while, go to Vermont, look at some beautiful weather, and go to ski, go to New York, shopping a little, that's more than enough. And I do the math. The total of the cost of the ownership is probably less than $10,000.
Wow.
So I can enjoy a $38,000 car for 3 years.
Wow.
And if
Great
you're,
deal.
Yeah, it is a great deal, and because besides the equity and capital you're going to put into it, in the end of the leasing or financing, you want to look at the total cost of this ownership, the upkeep, tires, brakes, insurance,
Mileage and stuff.
yeah, a lot. So there's just a lot of headache. I when I first leased the car, I'm confused. I'm like super confused. I don't know what they are. Insurance cost me almost $300 a month.
Oh,
I was
you are young at that
I,
time.
I was young, but I have good record, but still, it's $300 a month is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So eventually, I think leasing, and on top of sales tax. So sales tax is another fact that people wanted to lease the car. Let's put this number together. 38,000 by 6 quarter sales tax. You're looking at least almost like 2,000-ish. No, like a little shy $2,000 sales tax. But when you leasing a car, you only pay sales tax on your monthly payment.
Oh.
As you go, you don't need to pay that lump sum sales tax, or either put it in the finance, or however you're going to pay for it. But leasing, you're really taking advantage of what I use for, let's say $200 a month. 6.25% of the $200 is like not even a cup of coffee. So with that being said, I think leasing is great in that perspective. Finance, in certain ways, is going to make a lot more sense than leasing. If I just say the car is $15,000, used car. First of all, there's not much company doing the leasing on that car.
Yeah.
But if I do, the manufacturer in that car is going to be significantly higher than the new car.
Oh.
And then once you have it, a $15,000, you look at the interest nowadays, like 3%, 2%. You have good credit, good job, you finance it. It's almost like $300 a month. It's a little shy than if the credit is good enough, you have some down payment. And versus leasing. Oh, okay. Leasing is almost going to cost you $200, $180 for a $15,000 car. You're driving the same car, finance, pay more money, a little bit here and there. But leasing, you are throwing those money into somebody else's pocket because at that point, it's a $15,000 car. There's not much difference on the payment. And then it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So financially. And another, I wouldn't say bad thing, but another thing you want to consider is, like I said earlier, people go through different stages in their life. I just graduated. I leased a car.
Yeah.
I have 10,000 miles on it every year. I had a 36 month lease. It's 30,000 miles after 36 months. When I turn in the car to Honda, to BMW, whomever, the car mileage has to stay under 30,000 miles. That's the contract I had with you, right? Let's put that aside for a minute. 6 months later, I got a job. Pursuing my living Mass, South Shore. I got a job in New Hampshire, a job I want. I'm traveling almost 200 miles a day. And I will look at the lease program starting thinking, oh, this is not going to make sense.
Yeah.
I drove too many
Too
miles.
many miles a day.
Yeah, it won't work. Because by the time 36 months later, the mileage penalty is enough almost to buy another car.
Yeah.
So leasing is good in certain way. It's a mileage. And then let's use the same example. I bought this car. Actually, we leased the car, 36 months. On my way to New Hampshire, knock on wood, somebody rear-ended me. I bring it to a reputable body shop, or I don't know what I was doing. I call my insurance company. They sent me to some body shop in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they didn't fix the car right.
Oh.
36 months later, when I turn in the car to either BMW, Honda,
They found a problem.
they found problem here and there. I'm liable for it
Oh.
because I have to bring the car in the same condition when I have it. It's just like you go to Hertz, Enterprise.
The same thing.
The same thing. You rent a car, you put a dent on it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
So leasing, is it good? I think it's tremendous. But when you lease the car, if you don't know, are you sure you want to lease or not? Feel free to call us or go to my website. It's bossautogroup.com. Contact us on Instagram, however you want to talk to us. And then we can give you some opinion. Even if not, just think about this when you lease the car.
Yeah.
If I have a 2 year into my lease, I got all of a sudden, my boss tell me I got a raise. I was driving a Toyota. I'm going to the downtown every day, and the parking ticket is more than my monthly payment.
Yeah. Doesn't worth it, right?
Yeah, I want to be looking good. I got a raise, right? And I'll think about it. I was like, okay, let's trade it in. That doesn't work that way.
Oh. So
If you have 3 year lease, you want to trade it in. It's very complicated.
Oh.
So, first of all, certain leasing company have they call it prepayment penalty. So, if you close the lease or turn in the car earlier, they give you a penalty.
Oh.
Or what they do is, for example, you're 28 months into the lease, you have X amount monthly payment left, but the car's payoff amount is Y, and then but your new car down payment is Z, and you do the math, you sit down, the finance manager is kind enough to tell you everything, but you start getting confused. Oh, why should I have that much money? I
have to pay another.
Yeah, there's more equity I need to put down. It just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's another thing of leasing. The
So you
cons.
get some fixed protocols and rules.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like you leasing apartments,
Yeah.
anything else like a rental car. Everything is black and white right on the paper, and I guarantee you that what I've seen, what I've met, 80% of the people never read their lease term. Yeah.
It's like when you sign up for a certain
just
website,
get me
never
out
look
of
at the
there.
terms and conditions.
Yeah.
But when you meet like the consequences, you are like, oh no, I didn't read it beforehand, right?
Exactly.
Yes, thank you, Paul. And if anyone has any question, please dial in 781-837-4900 to speak with Paul directly. And thank you again for listening. We will be back after a short break here on 95.9 WATD.
So, you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle? Buy it at Boss Auto. Boss Auto in Quincy has a fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles, both luxury and economic. BMW, Audi, and Porsche, Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. They search nationally for the very best vehicles so you can drive home with the best value. And right now at Boss Auto, you can get behind the wheel of the pre-owned vehicle of your dreams with affordable finance rates, maybe even lower than 3. That's right, meaning just a few $100 a month. Visit bossautogroup.com, BOSautogroup.com, and check out their huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. They'll buy your car, take your trade, or even work on consignment. Boss Auto has an incredible lineup of domestic and foreign vehicles, even rare finds like Ferrari. Search online and see for yourself why you should book your next car buying experience with Boss Auto. They're open for appointments Monday through Friday, 10 to 7. Book yours at bossautogroup.com, bossautogroup.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Boris Liu, your moderator. Welcome back to Boss Auto Show. Continuing our discussion with Paul Hu here on the Boss Auto Show, you can visit Boss Auto website at www.bossautogroup.com. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We have a lot of special deals on the website and also on our social media. Please do not miss them and follow the account BOSAUTO Boss Auto Group. It's our account on the social media. And Paul, we were just discussing a really good question right now, but we have a call. It's Howard in Rockland.
Welcome, Howard.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Good, fantastic. How are you?
Good, Paul. 2 questions. One, do you have a podcast?
We do not have it yet. We're working on that. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. And secondly, you've talked about leasing, but what do you think about leasing as opposed to actually buying?
Okay. So, again, like I said earlier in the show, a different time, different needs, what really suit for you. Are you in the current need in the searching for a new car, or?
Well, I'm thinking about one of the 2 scenarios, and I don't want to be locked in too much into a lease, so I thought maybe buying. But you have interested me in the whole idea of leasing.
Yes. So again, I don't know the scenario, but I would say if you are ready to commit to like a 2-year lease to a new car, you certainly will save some sales tax, lower payment. By the way, Howard, what car you are looking at?
Basically, what you were talking about, Toyota.
Okay. So when I grew up, I think Toyota is like almost like a gold mine. The price never drop. Right, on Craigslist is still seeing 1998 Toyota selling for 5,000, 6,000, and it's unbelievable, right? But nowadays Toyota is not as strong as it used to be. So on the used car market, if you're buying a Toyota, let's just say Avalon, a brand new Toyota Avalon is almost gonna cost you $40,000. It's just expensive. But if I'm leasing it, I probably can spend between $300 to $400. And then we can get a month, right? And then you can get top of the line Toyota Avalon as good as Lexus ES350. It's same engine, same interior, same everything, just different logo, in my opinion. Right? Toyota might not like it.
And what is Paul? What is the leasing for that?
I'm not sure. You might want to check on ToyotaUSA.com, their website. They have some local dealers. And
if I were to go through your business, would you do that?
Yeah, I can help you connect it with our associated Toyota dealership. They would definitely can take care of you. Okay,
good. And the basic lease rate is 2 years?
No, you can lease from 2-year to 3-year. Again, it's how much you want to commit to it. And if you were like, let's just say, oh, I might need this car for a little longer. I never tried it before. I want to have it 3-year. It all depends on what you need to begin with. And then go back to the money side. If it's a $40,000 car, the monthly payment is almost, if I'm assuming zero money down, is almost became $800 to $900 a month if I want to finance it. But if I'm leasing it, Toyota have some good program. I just wanted to. Yeah.
Can you lease through Toyota? You specifically as a car dealership?
I cannot, but if you want to lease for yourself, we can help you to connect with them. Sure.
Okay, very good. And what are your addresses?
Our address, good question. Our address is 112 Copeland Street in Quincy, Mass. 02169.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Howard.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you for calling
Bye-bye.
in.
Bye.
Okay, great. We just have our very first guest on the show. Calling
Exciting,
in.
huh?
Exciting, right?
Yeah. I'm glad I can help.
Definitely, I think it's because you share your personal experience, so like we are very attracted to it.
Yeah, thanks.
So just continuing our discussion,
Sure.
Paul, you mentioned also to Howard, you said it really depends on your need, right? Your car lease can be short or long. So what's the shortest car lease available?
I have seen 12-month lease.
Oh, only 1 year.
Only 1 year. It's I think it's a Porsche lease I've met with. The guy just got a job here, and we helped him getting a 1-year lease with Porsche. The payment is high. He doesn't care because he just moved to Boston. He didn't want to deal with those, buying a car and then get rid of it later.
Too much complication.
Too much. Yeah, it's just too much. He leased it for a year and then he moved on. He went back to Houston, I think.
Yeah. So what's the longest car lease available?
The longest, it depends, right? If
you mentioned 3 years. That's long.
3 years. That's long. That's a very long. Normal leasing is between 24 to 36 months. I've seen 48-month leasing, and I've seen some balloon leasing as long as 5 year.
Wow.
So we have these particular lease program are good for new credit, first-time buyer. In my mind, I think any car value of north of 20,000, it's worth it because the payment is not that high. Interest rate is not that aggressive, dramatic. You still can get into a lot of nice cars. They are just nice.
Yeah. So besides the pros and cons of leasing a car, I think most of our audience are listening to our podcast right now have the same question as mine. So which part of leasing are negotiable with the dealership?
Everything.
Like price and money.
Everything.
That's
Everything's
our concern.
negotiable nowadays, or in any time. Anything is negotiable. So the only thing you cannot negotiate is you can't put Honda's logo on Toyota. You can't do that. But sure, you can customize the terms for your needs with dealerships. I'm not saying every dealership is willing to do that for you. We have worked and handpicked very few dealerships that we feel comfortable with, and we help them to customize their need. For example, I want a 36-month lease with zero money down. I don't have any credit. I can get it done. It's a new, as long as you can prove that
you can finance.
Yeah, there's a certain criteria. If I have that in my hand, I can get you approved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like a very first step, right? You always have to apply it.
Yeah, a very first step to begin with, and then just like Howard, we were talking about it. It's got to be something he wanted. He was trying to buy a Toyota, and then now maybe he's going to lease it, and he might save just $400 a month for he drive a very beautiful Toyota Avalon. I was just assuming that. So, and then you can see this how significantly the monthly payments he can save. And on top of that, let's just say if I want to break a lease.
You mentioned we have to pay some money, right?
Yes. So with us, if you've leased a car from us, or I help you get either Toyota, a Porsche, whatever the car you bought leased with us, I can work with the dealer, and I can make sure you avoid that fees in the contract when you sign it. So, and I'd be more than happy to buy the car from you.
Wow, it looks like we have another call calling in.
Sure.
So we will just wait for Tim. But it's really interesting to hear from you, Paul. Get in contact with you, and and the group can avoid some of the complicated questions. So we have a call calling in. It's Tom. And yeah, let's welcome.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Paul. I just want to tell the audience this is Tom Williams, and I bought 3 automobiles. My family has bought 3 automobiles for Paul, and I couldn't be happier. I bought a beautiful Mercedes that was an older Mercedes, but it's just like new, and it's great. My daughter got a beautiful Porsche, and it was a beautiful car, and it's great. And my grandson bought a beautiful truck. So, and I would recommend Paul. Anybody out there that's looking to buy an automobile, Paul's the best. So I just want to, and he owns a service. He owns a garage in Braintree, Mike's Auto Body, that can fix, do all kinds of work on a car. So, and he owns a detail shop too, so he can detail your car, he can repair your car, or he can sell you a car. And his cars are beyond beautiful. He has McLarens, he has He has Maseratis. He has Lamborghinis. He has about every automobile you want to ever think about buying. He has. So Paul has my greatest endorsement. So Paul, good luck and good luck with your show.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
So, okay, good luck and keep selling because you are the new Herb Chambers of the South Shore.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, for calling in, and thank you, Paul, again for sharing your
Good luck.
personal
Okay.
and
Thank you,
professional
Tom.
experience with us. And we will meet again next week at the exact same time at 12:15. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to the Boss Auto Show. Come back next week after the news at noon here on 95.9 WATD.